Welcome back to another video. The Mink has done wreck. Here's what's coming up today.
Here we are now at the site where the Mink is after killing 2 hens.
They caught me with his elbow right into the stomach.
And he said, "Come on, Egan, we'll have him now."
He did, yeah. Ever since you couldn't get better people than the heating race and more honest.
What have you done, boys?
The hell with you, Joe. I will not send something.
So yeah, the Mink is after taking another one of these hens. So you can see there, the Mink just bled the hen. So that's the end of that hen there. So that's 3 now they've killed. We thought there's only 2. So we've only 3 hens left now. So out of the 6 we started with, there's only 3 left. So we'll have to try to catch these minks. We've few mink cages put out now, but a lot of time people say the minks move on fairly quick. But hopefully they'll stick around and we'll catch them, because we definitely don't want them hanging around, because they'll kill lambs and everything next spring and stuff. So the Mink is bad news.
Here we are now at the site where the Mink is after killing 2 hens. He came down a drain here. We see 2 minks. They seem to be small enough minks running after 1 hen along the road here a while ago. And the hen escaped. And the Mink ran away up the drain, a black Mink. We didn't see minks for years. And there was another lad just down a bit from him. So they're out for murder.
The minks are dangerous, are they?
They'd kill all before them. They'd be looking for poultry, fish, anything they'd see.
They belong rivers.
Yeah, they'd be long rivers, but I thought they were after dying out, but they're not dying out now, so they're here again. So there'll be warring minks.
So they'll come back and they'll get him tomorrow, so you reckon?
There could be. We have to...
We'll have to put out a few traps here to get them and stuff. But I'd say no. They have the taste now for the hens or the chickens. So they're done for, I'd say.
We have a cage out here now, so we catch the mink. We put in a bit of fish in the back of it. It's not a right mink cage, but it's a cage for foxes.
Sure, it is all the while.
We'll work on that, we don't know where the mink is.
So they're going to way down underneath this drain here, underneath the houses. They can't be seen, but do they live along the water, all drains?
They have all the rabbits killed. There were a fierce crowd of rabbits.
There was up to 100 rabbits up there.
They have them all killed.
All gone.
No rabbit to be seen. 1 black rabbit yesterday, I can see none today.
Did you say before they killed a lot of lambs?
That was years ago, yeah.
How many lambs?
They drank the blood of 1 and they only bled the rest of them.
How many?
They killed 7 together one night.
7?
Yeah. And they were all couples, they were born just that time. In the corner of the field, they killed them all near each other.
Sure, if we don't get them sawed, they'll be around for lambing next year. They'll kill mad again.
Well, they might move away, they don't stay around in the area. Father rabbits will be gone.
They'll move on when they've everything killed.
The hens will be dead. They'll move away then.
They'll move on so when everything's killed.
They will. This weekend, we're going to the West Cork Vintage and Harvest Day to Timberleague in West Cork. Down there near Clonakilty. There'll be vintage, silage cutting, barley cutting, ploughing. And plenty stuff for kids, including bouncing castles. And it'll be a great day out for them. So head down there to Timberleague in West Cork if you're looking for a good day this Sunday. In Kildavarrig, Timberleague.
So yeah, head on down to West Cork. We'll be there. And we'll also have some merchandise that we'll be selling there. So if you're looking for a good day out, we'll see you there. So the puppies are out and about as well. They're asking a lot bigger now. Way more playful. So they're in great form. You're in great form, aren't you? And you're tick fat. So yeah, all these puppies are going to good homes now. So hopefully they'll be the making of great sheepdogs. So yeah, we'll be holding on to these now for a few more weeks when they're ready to go. And we'll be sad to see them go. So yeah, we've only 3 hens left now. There's 1 over there, but 2 here. So the 6 hens, or whatever you want to call them, they're down to 3. So the poor old devils. So hopefully the mink, we've a few cages out there anyway, and hopefully that'll put a stop to them. Right, so the lads are here again, spreading slurry. We've it all grazed around the edges. So Kevin is spreading there, and We've Neil above as well, spreading slurry in another field. If you can make it off there, it's above, so we're trying to get a good bit of slurry out now because there's a bit of rain coming, and hopefully that'll bring on some grass growth, well needed grass growth for the lambs when we wean them later on this month.
Here we are again, lads, coming out spreading slurry up here on the mountain, the side of the mountain. Way! Fierce noise here. Sorry. See, we have some bit of grass for the lambs, and we'll be weaning them now soon.
We have 2 spreaders here.
2 spreaders, 2 slurry spreaders.
Come on, Neil, come on.
We hope to make a bit of rain because the ground is having a rock and the slurry won't get into the ground, right? The last slurry we put in with the dribble bar.
And what about there's no sheep shore yet?
No sheep shore is right, yeah. So the bad, no sheep shore, and the fly strike could be on.
Is that?
There's no sheep shore, it must be the latest year ever. In my time I used to shear the sheep in June, but it's getting later every year.
Is there maggots this year?
There could be from now on, but a lot of the sheep are after getting thick, so that should predict them. The lads are spreading the slurry. We're after checking the bales, and there's holes in them by birds, so we have to try and paint them or do something. So can we frighten off these birds?
So people said painting and grease, so we've blobs of grease on there, like they're, say, bigger bird shit all over them. So we've also the Scarecrow on, like we've shown you. Used to have, the birds used to cause big issues before here, used to.
They use crows especially, and magpies. Magpies are the worst of all.
And is there anything you can get to stop them?
I don't know, there's some electrical thing.
Someone said there's something you can plug in that leaves off a sound for birds that humans don't hear. So if any of you know of that, let us know in the comments where to get it, because it's been awful dust to have the bales and they all mould and stone rotten inside them. So there's a good few holes after a few days, never mind, overall the winter. What about pit silage? Would they ever make holes in pit silage?
They would.
They would?
They would.
And what would you do in that for?
You have to be watching to patch them.
But they wouldn't be as bad, they'd be thicker with it.
They'd still make holes in them, yeah. Fuck's sake. I'm here painting away like a painter.
Could
painting right.
Could you go painting houses?
Could I turn into a painting contractor after this?
Over here now, come on.
Look here, the Scarecrow now.
So right, we have a track up here, and
the wind will blow it away.
We'll put somebody at the base. That's one hand in it.
He's trying to make a Scarecrow here.
We'll put out his second hand here now.
A body man.
So that's that. Where's his hard hat? I had a fucking hard hat there a while ago. Where's that gone? I had a build, oh there, this has gone away down. Oh! So we've blobs of grease. Now, as you can see everywhere, we threw loads of grease there onto all the bales. Hopefully that'll make a difference. We taped up any holes with black tape, and I'll tie that down there somewhere, the hard hat there. But is there anything else we can do to stop these birds making holes in the bales? Because it's a disaster now if the silage is going to be no good after all the effort gone into it. So we'll steady that up there below now, and hopefully they'll think that's a person. Do you reckon they'll think that's a person?
I don't know.
There's a bit of movement.
It's not that easy to fool them at all.
Didn't Daisy fool them? There's a bit of movement, isn't this, as well? So they might think there's someone moving.
Here we are in Egan's and Barnastruca. An old friend of mine arrived today. I hadn't seen him for a long time. Finbar Marshall. He was Finbar Marshall when I knew him first, of the Rising Sun and Club.
That's
in
correct.
Cork. He's a native of Ballygarvan, and he was a great runner. And I remember another time he came to Kinmail as trainer of the Ballygarvan team, and they beat Kinmail in the Munster Junior Hurling Championship semi-final, and I think they brought a crowd of up to 2,000 with them. They stopped the Kilgarvan coming home and they took over the village. Isn't that right, Phil?
That's true, yeah, Jesus.
How did you get on in Kinmare? Did you beat Kinmare?
We beat Kinmare, we only barely beat them. We underestimated Kinmare. We thought Kinmare would be a soft touch. But they were the total opposite.
They had a great free taker that time, Sean Reagan.
They had, and they had a fella playing midfield. He was a Watton.
Jimmy Watton. Quite the character. He was a chip shop now in Kilty. Big chip shop.
I thought he was half fucking mad, that day, to be honest about
You
it.
get anything soft off him?
Oh, Jesus, no way, boy. But we had a few hard fellas playing with us the same day, like, you know. We had just playing that won an All-Star. He won an All-Star as centre-back for Cork in 2010. That was 2010 just play. Yeah, we won the All-Ireland, and or maybe it was 2008 he got the All-Star. I'm not 100% sure. He's actually a cousin of mine. So, you know, he went footballing for Cork, and if he had concentrated in the hurling, he'd have made any hurling team in Cork.
How do you know he should have done?
How we got? Jesus Christ, we ran in the same field. We ran against each other a good few times.
You ran in Kilgarvan.
I did show you. That was the day I threw away the race to you. Do you remember?
6 miles.
For 6.5, yeah. Sure. I led most of that race. I remember there was a big hill.
That was.
Yeah. But going down the hill, you were beating the sugar out of me. Going up the hill, I was beating you.
Yeah.
But
the last round, I made a bigger fun than that.
But I was well ahead. But Jesus, when I was coming up to the line, for Christ's sake, I thought all the people at Kilgarvan that they were clapping me home. But little did I know that you were coming up behind me. And just when I hit the just as I was about to hit the tape, you flashed past me. I couldn't do a bit, and I couldn't do anything about it.
Was our brother Todd that day?
What?
Was our brother Todd, Anthony?
No, he wasn't running that day.
That was the Munster Novice.
That was the Munster Novice, yeah. That was down Mill Street.
That was January 1917.
Did you win that?
I did, and I got a big heady in the Cork exam.
That's right,
Tim
yeah.
O'Brien was the right
Yeah, that was the Munster Novice, that's right, yeah. I think...
You were second and Todd yourself, brother.
Yeah, I think I was second here.
Yeah.
And that was the second time I was second here. Anthony was third, that's right,
yeah. That was a hilly course.
It was. But the course in Kilgarvan was hilly as well.
Part of what it was.
Mill Street course used to be desperate heavy. Used to be wet.
How long were you running? Were you running most of your life? Or?
No, sure, I didn't start as I told you. I was hurling. Hurling, but I used to do a small bit of boxing, as I said to you there earlier on.
I said, how do you come around here? What brought you around here?
I'll tell you what brought me around here. The day that we ran the Munster Junior Cross Country, the Cork team were tagging out the side of the road, and Jackie Healy-Ray came along and inside in a big console car, and he stuck his head out of the car and he said, "Who are you?" And I said, "We're from Cork." And she said, "Are you the Cork team?" "Where?" So like, "Christ," he said, "can't you go west to the pub and tag off in the lounge? You need me to tag you off there on the side of the road." And I said it to some of the lads, some of us were half tagged off with, you know, so there were no showers, there was no dressing rooms, there was no anything back then, like, you know, you just jumped into a river, the nearest stream, and you washed your legs and washed yourself down, went away home, and we had to go home and milk cows after, you know. But anyway, Jackie, we went over to the pub, and Jackie was questioning me about what I was working at in Swanston. I told him I was farming, and he says to me, "Do you grow any hay and straw and stuff like that?" He said. "Christ, I do." I said, "I got a good bit of it. I used to be doing old canacre and stuff like that." And Christ, he says to me, "Do you sell any of it?" "I do," says I. "Would you bring a load down here?" So he took my phone number, and I've been dealing with the Healy-Rays ever since.
Jesus.
Decent people.
Ever since. You couldn't get better people than the Healy-Rays, and more honest in every way. And I've dealt with a lot of people, as you well know. I've drawn straw the length and breadth of Kerry. I don't know how.
Have you tillage ground?
Yeah, I'd mix farming, like I was milk up to 80 cows one time, do you know? And
you're still at the hay and straw?
We had only small now, like so we'd only have we'd be only tilling about 140 or 50 acres now, like, but that time we used to have about 300 acres of it, you know. Well, we'd always have around 2 and stuff, you know. But I'd be buying straw and I'd be buying hay as well, and I'd buy loose straw, like, and I'd bale it and sell it on again. You know, I did an awful of that.
Did you ever have sheep?
No, I never had sheep. No, never had sheep. I used to save enough of them here anyway, the best of them. Do you know?
I drank a pint of Guinness and had a burger, all right.
But John, I was favourite with you. But I always remember, and I always wanted to ask you, because remember, we was going to traps.
Yeah.
And I was captain of the Cork team the same day, and I was first out. Yeah.
What do you mean? What's that?
Dead of a line.
Dead of a line, like, and there'd be 11 fellas behind me. They'd live off the best fellas first.
Yeah.
Because you'd be trying to hit the gap.
Yeah, I couldn't get up.
There was a gap in...
You'd have over 200 fellas running down race, like. And when you'd go flying through the first gap, you had to be fairly well up there.
Yeah.
You know? But I was surprised they had a sprinter heading the Kerry contingent, like, the Kerry team. And I knew that grainy fella, he tried to bark me a few times, like. Oh, fuck it. I'll tell you.
He floored up. He said, come on, Egan.
He hit me a lace into the... he didn't knock me, but he winded me. As I was going, I was flying through the gap, and the next day he caught me with his elbow right into the stomach.
And he said, "Come on, Egan, we have him now."
He did, yeah. That's why the fucker was.
It was all a plan. I suppose you told him to do it.
I did not.
Jesus, you wouldn't be like that at all. For fuck's,
no.
You were a sportsman, but he wasn't. He was a lousy fucker.
The month before.
So there you are. I knew fucking well. I tell you. I've been meaning to ask you that with fucking... How long was that?
50 years ago.
50 years, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's as true as I'm standing in this kitchen.
It's more than 50. It is 53 or 3.
That's a fact. I've been meaning to ask you that.
1970.
Jesus Christ.
Did you get up?
Oh, fuck it. I kept going. And I was 24th after the first lap. So I ran the whole fucking lap down after. I'd have walked that race if I hadn't got that built. So I finished third. And I was captain of the Cork team. We got the Galty Memorial. I don't know what cup it was, no, anyway. We won the team prize.
London had a good team that time.
The Rising Sun won the club. And I was running with him.
Was Willie Webb running that? No,
Willie Webb. That was all junior, like. Yeah. You know? Willie was senior at him.
Right.
But like, Jesus... You know, the cross country was cross country back then, like.
Cars running through rough ground gaps, rivers.
You used to train much?
I was trained morning and evening.
What miles? 5 or 6 mornings?
No, 10 in the mornings and maybe 12 in the evenings.
So you've been doing well over 100 miles in the weekend, yeah?
Well, from 80 to 100, like.
Yeah.
Do you know who was
on the road?
No, mixed. Christ, I was running away barefoot through fields. And fellas used to be laughing at me. Like my own family said, they thought was all lies I was telling until they saw me in some old picture or something. I was never a man for standing for... I was never into old publicity and that kind of stuff. Like, but I was telling you, I used to be running barefoot until they saw me finishing old racing Bellygav Monday, and I'd no shoe on.
No spikes.
Yeah, because, you see, I'm half a Clareman, as I was saying to John, I was saying to you earlier. All the Clare fellas was running barefoot.
They used to. It was strong in Clare. What was the club in Clare? Kilmaley?
My mother came from Kilmaley, actually.
Right.
Oh, God, there was one great runner in Clare. He was...
Willie Keane.
He was
as right, you'll ever say.
He was, yeah. He was.
From Kilmaley.
But there was a break up then in the Rising Sun. I don't know what year it was. And most of us went away running BLE. So, and then... A lot of the fellas in the BLE. A big pardon?
London.
No, I went into Leeville.
Oh, in the city.
I went to Leeville. But I said the toughest thing I ever ran in my life was the 24-hour relay. We were trying to break a mile relay. Yeah. 10 of us from Leeville. That was, I think it was the 23rd of April, 1973. We started... It was the 23rd of April. I was setting beating contract for Alton contract at the time, and my sister met me in Ballygarvan, jumped off a tractor, and I was 5 weeks setting beat prior to that, and I was last man getting into the Wilton brother. There was Christian Brothers up there, and that's where the 24-hour relay was staged.
And how did you do?
We cut 9 miles off the European record, and we were I think I was something like 11 miles off the world record.
Jesus.
And there was of the 10 of us Donny West was running in that, and where do I know, Dick Hodgins, it was all Leeville, Louis Parnell, To be honest, no. Pat Reardon, he was at the time he was playing under 20 hardly for Cork, but Jesus, it was the toughest thing I ever said, or ever ran in. I'll tell you, I ran a couple of marathons, but Lord Jesus, I'll never forget that. The following day, I was totally fatigued. And I went sitting beat for a fella, and I had a 4-row beat seater. My head was so far gone. I forgot to put seed into 2 boxes, and I sat nearly 20 acres of meat for a fella, and nothing in 2 boxes. That's a fact. The man that I sat for, his sister is still alive. They often said that to me, and they were like, sure. That's the way it was. But
So that's it for another video. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you for the next one. What have you done, boys?
To hell with you, Joe.